fuck Johnny Joestar. He's just an angry cripple.
I probably shouldn't have come this way yet, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
We'll solve it.
Why? What? Cloud. There you go.
Cloud, make a decision here. But yeah, that's JoJo. At least it's not stupid.
I've heard, because I think we talked about it before, right before you stopped text messaging me.
Hey. I haven't texted anything.
Yeah, thanks, man. I get concerned about you. I ask you how your day is, and I get a big old bag of nothing.
Sorry. My coworker was having a bad day, so I was trying to cheer him up. I wasn't paying attention while my phone was
All right, okay. You know, I'm your girlfriend, so.
Son of a bitch!
No, but what you were saying about
Oh, Super.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is with what it is with Shonen right now. But they either have just run out of all ideas, or they were just like,
recycling.
what can I pull out of my ass? Like, can I reach, like, not beyond my colon and into my lower intestine to pull something out? Because in Super, he just undid a bunch of goodwill. He actually had it where Vegeta might have won. Might have been the one who saved it, subverting all of the issues of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Super that people have had in the recent years.
Oh God! I mean, that activated a little too late, but so. Oh, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Is it true about the transformation? About 4 finally? No? Was it just a hoax then, or?
No. People have been talking about that for a while. Like,
oh, okay, because I thought there was actual scans of it, like...
It's one of those, like, it's like, people really want it, so maybe it exists. I don't know. Here's what I do know, though. This chapter sucked. Because Morrow was like, oh my god. So basically Vegeta learned a new technique. And the technique is called spiritual division. And what it does is he can, if he hits you and he concentrates, I can't remember exactly how it works, but he has to hit you first. If he hits and lands the hit on you, what he can do is he can break up any energy that you've taken.
Sure thing, Coach.
And Maru's whole thing is he eats entire planets so he can have more power. So this ultimately...
Wait, so he's like Galactus?
He's like Galactus.
I did not know that.
Or like an extreme version of Cell. Like, you know how Cell got really powerful before absorbing the androids?
Yeah.
Like that. Like how he would just eat people just to get stronger. The same thing with Morrow. Morrow would just eat spirits and souls and things like that, and he would become stronger because of it, because he also had magic, which they never talked about his magic. They never deal with magic. Magic is just acknowledged that it exists in that world, but they never actually show you how that affects combat and things like that.
Isn't it supposed to be a counter to chi? Like what the...
To some extent, yeah. It should counter chi. Like, the things that are made of magic are like Majin Buu, but they don't explain to you what that actually means and how that actually works, and like how would spell casting beat out chi. But so his ability lets him break that down, and they said it's a really cool ability because what it does is he explained that, you know how Piccolo is fused as a Namekian with
Nail
and Kami. Whatchamacallit can break that back up, and he can say, yeah, now you're just Piccolo and you're not Kami or Nail, and he could free them from his body, undoing the idea that eventually their spirits would just fuse together and become permanent. He basically said, yeah, I can undo that. And he said he can do the same thing with fusions.
Well,
so if you did the Patara dance, or if you did the Patara earrings, or you did the fusion dance, Vegeta, if he hits you and he uses this technique, he can just break the fusion. And it's a really cool ability. And he used it on Morrow, and he basically shellacked him. And then what happened? Oh, well, there's a android called Android 73.
What?
Yeah. It's not. It's an android from space.
Okay, so it has nothing to do with...
It's nothing to do with Jerome.
Is it an android or is it a cyborg?
It is supposed to be a android, but he does that loose, like it's a cyborg android, because like it's an alien that... Its whole thing is, it doesn't have its own abilities. It has only one ability, which is that if it grabs you by the back of the neck, it copies all of your abilities for a certain amount of time.
Where we started.
So, Piccolo and Gohan fought him, and they had a problem fighting him because he stole Maro. He didn't steal. Maro let him copy his abilities, and he always kept that in there. And he copied Piccolo's abilities so his body could mimic what Piccolo was doing. Here's where the issue comes in. 73, they didn't destroy him. So Maro eats 73 and becomes his ultimate form. It allows him to stay at full power because 73 has Maro's, signature energy in him. So that's a thing.
Oh, this is going to be so much fun.
And yeah, then they all fight. And he shellacks every single one of them. He goes out of his way to shellac Vegeta, so Vegeta can't spirit detach him. And he beats Piccolo, with an inch of his life.
Damn.
The only person who actually gets a good hit on him is Gohan.
Oh, Gohan actually does stuff now?
Yeah, Gohan actually had a good fight with him because they all go to fight him. The androids 17 and 18 go to attack, and he literally blasts them away. Gohan wraps, when they do that, like, laser loop?
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. He basically created a key loop, and he wrapped it around him, and then he crushed it inwards, which cut off Maro's arm. And then Goku flew up to throw a punch at him, and this is where they revealed that, oh yeah, the things that 73 kept, like the things that he copied, Maro gets to keep permanently. So despite the fact that Maru lost an arm, he regenerated his arm by punching a hole through Goku's chest. And said, yeah, I get to keep Piccolo's abilities. And then he grabbed Vegeta by the back of the neck and stole his abilities, so that basically if they decide to do fusion or Katara, they can't because he can just spell diffusion it.
What are we running into? Oh, crap.
That's a big old monster.
Yep, we're probably not going to get this on the first run. Because I have to kill these things. And my teammates have proven to me that they do not want to chip in. We don't do this! Might as well have.
Yeah. So, yeah, he then beats Gohan, he beats Goku, he beats everybody. And Dende comes to try to heal him, and then he's like, whoa! Dende! You're not getting in here, and creates a dome around it. And then Whis and whatchamacallit shows up to help. And I was like, what is this? What am I watching?
What in the actual blue hell am I watching?
And now it looks like the Miras is gonna fight Maro, while Dende heals one of them, probably Goku.
Of course.
Oh, by the way, Maru also beat the ever-loving crap out of Goku in Ultra Instinct.
Really?
Yeah. It's the preliminary form, the Ultra Instinct sign form, but he still beat the ever-loving crap out of him.
Oh my god, Game.
Did we actually do it?
Oh god, I did it on my first try! Fuck yeah!
Yeah!
No, you don't understand. When I did that on my own playthrough, that took me 3 tries.
Well, now you knew what to do. You were focused.
You're right. Your talk of the dragons and balls and how they're becoming inferior now, or as I like to call them, inert.
Oh, they were never good. They were always inert.
Damn.
What kind of badass?
No, I like Dragon Ball Z, but I can acknowledge there's major problems with Dragon Ball Z.
Well, yeah. But Super seems like it takes some of those,
Well, the drawing style is inferior, I'll say it. Toyotaro, the guy who does it now, he literally just takes scenes that have already been done and copies them over. Like, he just...
Wasn't this the guy that made the Yamcha thing, or was that someone else?
What Yamcha thing?
Didn't someone do a Yamcha thing where they had it where Yamcha actually wasn't a scrub and he actually knew...
I don't think it's him. I think that's somebody else.
Because I know there's something like that. I know a bunch of people like that because they turn Yamcha into
Well, yeah, because what it was is the premise of that is that it was a fan of Dragon Ball Z, and he gets reincarnated as Yamcha, and because he knows all the events of what's going to happen, he's able to change the future. Like, what is it? He knows the Saiyans are coming and the strength of the Saiyamen, the Cybermen. So he, as Yamcha, trains even harder and goes even further beyond, and so they don't lose as many people in the Saiyan saga because he's able to take out the Cybermen by himself and is able to take on Nappa until Goku gets there and finishes everything off for them.
Alright, we only need to
They said he then even trains even further and harder because he knows they have to go to Namek, so he's able to take on Frieza, and he knows where the Dragon Balls are. Yeah. And they said that he basically knows he has to hold out until Goku gets there. So, yeah, he basically is able to take on Frieza for a bit.
Wait, so doesn't that mean that humans then have the ability to go on par with a Saiyan to a certain extent?
To some extent, yeah. I mean, if you really stop and think about it from the power level and gap, Krillin, where he is right now, could probably take on a Super Saiyan.
Really?
Yeah. He could probably take on Goku in the Frieza saga, where he is right now. Just from...
Wasn't there a thing that they did in Super where Krillin had to fight Goku or something?
Yeah. When they did the Tournament of Power, they had to see who they were going to bring in. And in the anime, they showed that Krillin isn't as weak as a lot of people think he is. It's just he's weak by comparison because of the people he has to fight against.
Well, I mean, yeah, you do that. It's like, you know...
Yeah. It doesn't matter how strong you are if you always have to go up against Superman.
Yeah, because you're never going to beat Superman.
You could be stronger and faster than, you know, Batman, but if you have to compare yourself to Superman, it doesn't matter. And that's kind of the issue that they bring up, is that there is power creep in that show. They just don't really talk about it.
Oh, there's massive power creep up in there.
Yeah. Like, only in like the recent chapter did they mention about the issue of power creep in the series, because Piccolo is getting frustrated with the fact that no matter what he does, he cannot keep up with you know, any of them. Well, he is still one of the strongest, but he can't keep up with the Saiyans.
Well, isn't that just because Toriyama pretty much has like stated that Saiyans are like a warrior race and they're at the pinnacle of what a warrior race could be or whatever, or they have...
To some extent. But
or isn't it they have some, like, they just have all these really unfair modifiers?
Yeah, they have a lot of unfair modifiers, but even someone, like, a lot of people pointed out that in the show itself, they've acknowledged that the most powerful fighter in the entire series should be Gohan, Goten, or Trunks.
Because they're half-breeds?
Yeah, because Vegeta basically has admitted himself that they have both, they have the positives and the negatives of both humans and Saiyans, where Saiyans will basically suicide themselves in a battle and so on and so forth. Humans have the intelligence to actually, you know, think about how they're going to fight and what they're going to do.
Well, I mean, didn't he originally... Well, I mean, I know he wanted to originally end it at the Frieza saga, but...
Well, he originally went in and saga.
Yeah, because that was a great turning over, because he gave Gohan he pretty much made Gohan the strongest fighter on Earth.
And even if he didn't want to end it, he wanted to have it that Goku stopped being a character. Not stop being a character entirely,
but stop being the main focus.
Yeah, kind of, you know, JoJo it, where, you know, we didn't deal with Jonathan forever. We dealt with Jonathan, and then it went to Joseph, his grandson, and then it went to
But then
his
you look at this,
grandson.
and Toriyama looks like he wrote himself into a corner then, because when he gave him himself a restart, it seems like he just went back to his,
Oh, he didn't really give himself a restart. I mean, if you think about what's going on in it. It's just a continuation of all the things that he's left himself.
Is it this one? Yes, it is.
Yeah! Oh,
Yeah! Oh, yeah! And then we can walk on over, and I think that'll give us the, I was about to say, Gamer, you about to just stop on me?
It freaks out.
I don't know what to do! You're cheating!
How did you
Come
know
on,
that was
come
up
on,
there?
Come on.
Yeah, no, it's just it's that kind of stuff with it, and Like, even whatchamacallit, Toriyama has stated that Piccolo's his favorite character.
So then why does he let him get shit on that hard?
I don't know. He just does.
Just in my head, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Ooh, elemental material. If I remember, that means I can do this. If I have...
Ooh.
No, I can't. I don't have any linkings. Unless...
No, link guards, huh?
Oh, come on.
Can you give yourself it?
Can I? We're about to find out.
This time on Final Fantasy VII Remake.
No, I can't. Okay, that's cool. But I can give myself HP if I want.
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah, at least that's what I've seen, and I kind of stopped reading manga as much because it was starting to piss me off.
I still read manga, but you know what's funny? I don't read the shonen that much if it's not One Piece. I kind of been reading like other mangas, mostly like things like Kaguya-sama, a bunch of romantic comedies and all that, just because it's like I get amused. It holds my interest a lot more.
I've been reading Goblin Slayer. I read Berserk, which I was happy about.
I'm glad that happened too, but I'm also like, it took you that long, man.
It took you a world epidemic
To give us 2 chapters.
to give us 2 chapters in a year. What else does the world have to do before you continue to give us the things we want?
There we go. Yep.
I'm trying to think of the other one. I was trying to read through Vinland Saga, and
That's the Viking one, right?
Yeah, they said it's somewhat like Viking Berserk
Is it?
to some extent.
Is it as dark as Berserk, or?
Not really. I mean, from what I read so far, it's not that. I mean, it's dark. It covers a lot more. I would say it's more like seinen than whatchamacallit, than shonen. Because you're not talking about like characters just like, yeah, guys, I'm number 1. It's more like, yeah, this character exists, and he's doing things, and he's gonna try to accomplish stuff. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't.
You know, maybe you buy these cookies and Petra's Farms, forgets this whole thing's ever happened.
Petrich Farms for them.
That's basically what you're like telling me is like, apparently, maybe we'll forget about these things.
That and the other thing I've been reading up on is a little bit of lore on different things, like Star Wars.
Really? You did not strike me as someone who wanted to look up lore on Star Wars.
Oh no, I have, because the old lore is awesome and fun.
What?
Yeah.
There's old lore?
Yeah. Probably
Wow.
one of my favorite pieces of lore is just Darth Revan.
Yeah, because of the crazy horse shit he does, right?
Not just that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but he's just the bee's knees. I just love the fact that he refuses to die at the one point. I had to explain that to some of my friends. They're like, what do you mean he refuses to die? I was like, he literally refuses to die at one point.
I don't think I can put this anywhere except where it needs to go. Okay, I just want to make sure. I want to make sure I get everything.
Yeah, you gotta make sure you want to do the one and done. One and
Exactly.
done.
Do you remember what outfit we chose for Tifa? If it was mature, sporty, or exotic?
I think we went exotic.
We're better than him.
I think we might. I might. You know what? I'll probably. I'll go
look
back.
back.
Yeah.
What did I have?
Because I don't, Mike. I don't know if you wanted it, but do you want to turn this into a full thing, like beat Final Fantasy VII with me?
Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah, I know none of you guys are gonna watch, so I don't care anymore. But
Yeah, that's fun.
I've also come to the realization that if I don't do stuff that I want to do for me on my channel, what's the point?
Yeah. People will feel that. They'll resonate with it. If you're doing things that you want to do, they'll come to. They will come.
Don't glad hand me!
They build it and they will come.
Thanks.
If you start doing shit you don't want to do, then people start feeling it. Like most YouTube channels that I watch anymore.
Dude, I saw this one guy give the most savage thing I ever saw, and I was like, you know, you don't have to go that hard on someone who's trying to make this a career. He goes, what is it? I forget what the post was, but he was pretty much like, listen, man, I hate the YouTubers that have their own automatic intros and all this, you know, like they put in the effort and energy, and then this asshole tells me he thinks it'd be cool if I liked and subscribed, and he's like, listen, man, no one cares about you. We just want your damn information. I'm like, damn, dude. It's like, that's really fucking harsh. There are some people that really do like YouTubers, but I was like, holy shit, dude.
Well, it's like whatchamacallit. fucking Joe Rogan.
Oh, are we talking? Is that
And
who I
his-
think it is
and
about
his-
the video
and
games?
His fucking boomer take.
Yes, I saw that on Twitter. I didn't know if I wanted to like talk to you guys about that. You know, like
Oh.
see what you all thought. But he's the one I'm talking about, right? He went on the radio and said that video games are a waste of time and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, because he came on, and I want to know what the full context is, because beforehand he's like, that's why people go, like, they get themselves in drugs and video games. He's like, video games, man. He's like, you know what the problem is? And the guy's like, yeah, they're really fun and addictive. He's like, exactly, they're really fun. He's like, I can't handle them. And because he has whatchamacallit, he played Quake a lot, to the point where he was literally addicted to playing Quake.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So I get where he's coming from on it. He's like,
yeah, I mean,
yeah, you know,
it can be an addiction.
and he's like, you're not learning any skills. You're not learning anything from it. He's like, take jujitsu as a matter of fact. I'm like, man, that's the worst thing to pick. He's like, you start doing jujitsu, you're learning skills. You get in there like 3 years. You're a purple belt. You start going to competitions.
I'm sorry.
You can
After 3 years of intense
fucking training and paying attention and putting money out and doing that shit. You can then go into competitions. Have the purple belt is either like the highest or the like penultimate one. And he's like, and then he's like, man, he's like, you can get your own school. And you get like 100. You start your own school. You get like 100 students. He's like, and you're starting to make money and starting to do that. It's like, dude, Joe, that can be applied to anything. You can apply it to YouTube. You can apply it to streaming. Yeah, man. You start learning a little bit of engineering or video engineering or audio engineering. You can apply yourself there. You start playing video games. You start putting it on like YouTube. You start putting it on like Twitch. You play it for 3 years. You could have like 100 subscribers. Those 100 subscribers, if they're really dedicated and they really love the content you're putting out there, you could start a Patreon and they could pay your fucking rent. But it's the same argument. Like, if you put the effort in, you're gonna get effort out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like life. It's like you do anything
Yeah.
in life. And to talk about that martial arts thing, my best friend, Alex,
Yeah.
he was actually offered something like that to take over his master's thing. It was kind of thrusted upon him. But you don't understand, like, there was a lot of things he had to do. He had to make he wasn't even sure he was going to get all the students. So
Yeah.
he wasn't even sure he was going to, get that revenue. But he was going to have to put in a lot of money just to turn the lights on every day. And it's like, you got to realize, stuff like that, it's determination, but it's like, you have to want it. Like, this isn't like something...
Not only are you going to have the skill, like, you could be the greatest martial artist in the world, but you still have to make sure that you have the renown, you have people who are going to want to come in. You also have to have the personality and the social skills to be like, yeah, guess what, I'm the best, and I want you to be a part of this. I want to show you how to be the best, and get people to come in. Because if you don't, who the fuck cares? Who the fuck cares if Chuck Norris is the greatest, martial artist, if he's a shitty person? Who would care if, like, Bruce Lee? Who would be there saying, like, oh yeah, man, Bruce Lee, he's a great guy, but he's kind of a dickhead. I don't feel like learning, martial arts from him. Like, it's the same issue, and it's, it's like, it's cool and all, but it's not as applicable. Like, apparently, unless you're going to, like, learn high-end fucking shit, you're wasting your time. Which I find even more ironic, because he's the DMT guy. He's the guy who sits there and tells you about smoking weed and shit like that. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Video games compared to smoking weed, which one do you think is more detrimental to you? Which one's more of a waste of your time?